I think if you saw my relationship from the outside in, it would look really happy, but you can really hide a lot in a picture and a caption and a smile. It was long distance, so everything was over the phone or FaceTime. We would talk while we were doing everything together, while we were getting ready, while we were working on stuff. Sometimes we would be FaceTiming and we wouldn't even be talking, we'd just be like living. I just remember being so happy and feeling like I was in love. She was so supportive of me, the first couple months, and so interested in me and cared about what I had to say. I don't know what changed or what clicked in her head, but she turned into a really sad person. She took that out on me, and I think I just kept wishing that she was who she was, a year ago. She would always tell me, like, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do better. It never happened. I flew to her once, 17 years old, packed up my bags and flew to another country. I had to jump through lots of hoops to do that, but I ended up there. And then the second time I saw her, I actually drove like 12 hours in total to see her. But even when we were in person, where I thought it would be perfect, we still fought. She still would make me feel weaker than her, and she'd still manipulate me. It seemed like every day she would be like, oh, I bought you a new present. It'll be in the mail, like, as soon as possible. I remember, like, getting packages with, like, tons of new clothes and fancy jewelry. And, it was nice, but she wanted to buy my love, and it didn't work.
How, we were talking about, you really don't think that...
I don't think I really noticed all of her patterns until I talked to a therapist, and she could lay it all out for me. She would tell me, like, this is clearly domestic violence. It was so weird to hear that. Like, I would actually tell her, like, this isn't abuse. But she would be able to, pull out a reference and tell me all of these symptoms of emotional abuse. And I had every single one. I can't even explain the amount of sadness I felt, because it was like, I didn't even notice. No one notices.
But how is that? That's like distrust. How could you ever...
So, being in this relationship, like, because my friends could see the pain that I was going through, they automatically didn't like her, just because they didn't like seeing me sad all the time, and they could tell that it wasn't healthy when I couldn't tell.
So are you gonna hang out with us tonight?
And because I was so scared of her, I became really distant from my friends. I would always say, I'm too busy to hang out with you, I'm sorry, like, I have so much work to do. When in reality, I was just talking to her. And even, if I was hanging out with my friends, she would be constantly calling me, constantly texting me. I was always on my phone. And my friends noticed this, they saw that I always looked distraught.
My dad trapped.
That's another huge sign of emotional abuse, is if they don't let you have space. You need that space, like, everyone needs space. And if there was too much space, she would let me know. Like, you don't make enough time for me. You aren't talking to me enough. You aren't hanging out with me enough. You're not here enough.
Hello?
As the relationship got worse, I would just want to drink more often. And not even just with friends, like, but by myself. People wonder, like, why you stay in those type of relationships, but the other person makes you seem crazy if you want to leave. They tell you all of the things that you love about them. I remember the night that I actually realized that I wanted to break up with her. This one night where I was actually hanging out with my friends, which she hated, and we were out and I was getting so many texts, and they were all just like, what are you doing right now? Why aren't you texting me back? You never make time for me. My friends were just like, are you okay? Like, they could tell that I was upset. And at this point, I've hid so much from them. But I just, like, stopped the car. I pulled over just because it was too much, and I just told them everything. My friends asked me, like, can you do this forever? And the truth is, I couldn't imagine dealing with these feelings every single day. I lost a lot of people in the process of being in that relationship, and you should never have to sacrifice your life for someone. I just remember thinking that I was gonna lose my friends. And I was so scared. And you should never feel scared. But you can get back to where you were before. And I'm so happy now. And I never thought I could ever be this happy. Love doesn't have to hurt at all. And I think I finally found someone where I actually am happy. Like, it doesn't feel fake. I don't have to hide from my friends or my family. Love isn't pain, and it's easy.